Hi everyone, this is Emily and I am a digital transformation consultant at Hyperbots. I'm very pleased to have Shaun Walker on the call with me. Shaun is a SOX compliance manager at Knockford Southern, and the topic that we'd be discussing today is maintaining, reviewing, and auditing the chart of accounts. So, just to get things started, Shaun, the first thing that I'd want to ask you is how often should a company's chart of account be audited and why is this frequency important?
Absolutely. So I would say, first of all, internally, it should be reviewed on a quarterly basis. And from an audit standpoint, either internal or external audit, it should be done annually.
Mhm.
And I guess one example would be like a manufacturing company. So they should conduct quarterly reviews to make sure like new expenses related to materials are correctly allocated under cost of goods sold. Whereas for an annual audit, they'd be looking for making sure whether expense classifications align with a US GAAP or IFRS.
And who should be responsible for auditing the chart of accounts, and what roles do internal and external auditors play in this process?
So I would say that the internal audit team should conduct quarterly reviews. They understand the company's policies and the financial transactions, whereas the external auditors should be involved in the annual audit, and they'll be able to provide an objective perspective, and they'll ensure compliance with external regulations.
Understood. And Sean, how exactly can AI support the auditing process of the chart of accounts?
Yeah, so they automate several processes. So it'll be detecting anomalies. If there's like a duplicate or improperly classified account, AI has is a powerful tool that can recognize certain patterns. They can do compliance checks and continually monitor the chart of accounts. And if there's any irregularities, they can alert the finance and accounting team to any potential errors.
Understood. Also, what are the recommended workflow approval metric for making changes to the chart of accounts and why are they important?
The approval should be based on, how major the change is. For example, if the change to the chart of account is just renaming an account, that's something that, the finance manager or someone similar could approve. But if there's a major change like actually adding or deleting an account, then somebody like the finance director or CFO and even the audit committee should be involved in that approval.
Got it. That makes complete sense. Also, Sean, what role can AI play in ensuring that changes to the chart of accounts maintain, its integrity?
Sure. So AI can validate proposed changes against a set of rules. It can ensure consistency and compliance. It can also perform an analysis of impact to see how changes might affect financial statements, and thereby it can prevent any unintended consequences.
So, could you provide an example of a situation where AI helped detect an error or anomaly in the chart of accounts?
Yeah, so one example is, a company has their recognition policy,
Mhm.
and AI can be set up to where it can detect multiple entries being booked in a certain account that shouldn't. So it
Mhm.
can flag those entries, it can prompt a review, and it can lead to creation of a more specific account that's aligned. So rather than a broad classification of an account, it can make it more defined.
Understood. Also, just curious to understand, Sean, what is the recommended workflow for implementing changes in the chart of accounts, and how does AI integrate into the process?
Yeah, so there's a few steps involved. So first you have to submit the proposal. So the finance team or department head, they'll submit a change request, and then an initial review is performed. And then AI can validate it. So it has a tool to validate the request against certain rules and standards that are set up in the system. And then, as I mentioned, the approval process. If it's a minor change, it can go to a certain level. And if it's a major change, it can go to the CFO or audit committee or something of that nature. And the AI tools can also implement those changes and they can monitor the impact. And then after something is implemented, there should be a post-implementation review. So there should be a follow-up review to ensure changes had their intended outcome.
Got it. So, just to wind things up, Sean, can you share any best practices for maintaining the chart of accounts accuracy and integrity over a period of time?
Sure. So I'd say the first thing is just having regular reviews and regular audits. Also, implementing AI to continuously monitor and validate entries. And there needs to be a clear approval hierarchy. Depending on the change, as I mentioned before, and all those change criterias need to be well documented. Also, just to repeat again, both the internal audit team and the external audit team needs to provide a comprehensive review, and that's how AI can help.
Got it. Thank you so much, Sean, for sharing these valuable insights into maintaining and auditing the chart of accounts. Your examples and guidance have provided a clearer understanding of how companies can ensure financial accuracy and make better decisions. So, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure to add more context and information to this topic.